we do? Yeah, we didn't do mic checks yet. Sorry, no, is he good on sound? Oh boy. Oops. Silence your phone in case nobody's mentioned it. So as I silence my phone. Yeah, I don't believe that you'll be muted, if you will. So you can mute it, just unmute it. And I'll try to remember to check. We got four and a half minutes. Copy that.
Okay, it's silent. We're going to go.
And welcome to the show, everyone.
Okay, can you switch to it?
And welcome to the Early Late Night Live show, everyone. Tonight we've got some information, surprisingly, and hopefully a fun-filled show for you. But we're going to start off with a little quiz. I know it's not high school, but school did start this week, so bear with me. Okay, what do these things all have in common? The Lion King, Hobbs and Shaw, Dark Crystal, Salma Hayek, Keanu Reeves, Damon Wayans, Taylor Swift, Grace and Frankie, Oprah, Apple Plus, J.J. Abrams, Mandalorian, NBC Universal, AT&T, The Aeronautics, Noel, Endgame, Taika Waititi, and the budding actress Priscilla Mills, a.k.a. Veronette March. What do all these things have in common? We're going to talk about them on the show tonight. Thanks for joining us on the Early Late Night Live show, everyone. Let's roll those credits.
Good evening. Welcome to the Early Late Night Live show. Which camera am I supposed to be looking at? Oh, it's that camera now. They've changed it up on me. Good evening and welcome to the Early Late Night Live show, everyone. On every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live show YouTube channel. Please make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, leave a comment, and share it with your friends and enemies alike because we don't judge. You make it, of course we do. Anyway, sitting with me always, unfortunately, is my sister KJ.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Arnie.
Hi.
Hi, and Mitch Fortier, the man of the monologue hour now.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, how you doing?
Pitching in.
Yes, pitching in. So, yeah, what's going on, Mitch? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it's been a busy week.
Yeah, everyone
for sure.
seems to all seem running around. If I sound a little off tonight, it's to everyone out there. They're likely to get sick, but you out there in TV land are not likely to get sick because I'm pretty sure germs can't pass over TV waves. Feelings can, but germs can't pass over TV waves.
Disney hasn't invented it yet.
Disney has not invented it yet. I came down with a head cold, so if I sound a little off, I apologize. And if I sneeze in the middle of it, that's why.
I think I have a little sympathy pain though, because I'm sorry. Every time you cough, I cough.
Oh.
Or I get this tickle in my throat.
Or you're doing that actor thing, which actors do, which they imitate everything around them.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Yeah. It's not fun when someone has a lisp that they're not proud of. Like
Yeah,
that was a mistake.
doesn't have a lisp, and you're
Yeah,
that's not a good idea.
Right. So no, I was singing in a choir one time. I was not very good at reading notes, so I had to I would just listen to the person who was singing next to me, and I would sing like them. So if there was like an alto next to me or something like that, singing in a different way, they had to put her somewhere else because I would just start singing in the way she was. So yeah. In short, I run a TV show and I don't sing. Anyways, what do you have for the news today, Mitch?
Well, box office is, for the most part, lackluster, but there's some interesting things that kind of caught my eye. And that's the fact that Endgame is actually still playing in 110 theaters. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can still see it, and they're still making $70,000 a weekend. So, makes me wish I was. Making, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the other one was Lion King's up to $1.5 billion worldwide.
Wow. Goes to show shot-for-shot remakes do have a place.
66% of it is foreign. I was kind of, I caught that.
66% of it is foreign, so some of it actually was real? I meant in the film. I'm sorry.
We're talking about, like...
Boy, I'm definitely not feeling good right now. I don't know why. I think you meant foreign, okay.
Yeah. No, like in euros, right?
I meant
66%
like how
was
the film
euros.
was produced.
And stuff. It might have been. Who knows? I mean,
let's just move on. I don't know why I thought that 67 was foreign, and I thought, so not the whole movie was digital? I don't know why that came to my mind.
The Lion King subtitled. Yeah.
You speak? All right.
In contrast, Hobbs & Shaw's up to $700 million, and 76% of that is foreign.
Okay.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
Boys perform well overseas.
No question. I mean, that's what kind of caught my attention. I'm like, wow, all right. So it's a really big market for blowing things that blow up.
Well, I don't really think it's a big dialogue film, so it probably translates pretty well.
That's true.
Well, to be honest though, like dialogue films can make a big hit. Like for instance, Downton Abbey is going to make a killing here. 94% of its income is going to come from America. Oh no, I know. Right? Yeah. It's technically British.
But try to picture Jason Statham though in German. All right. Because if in German,
oh my God, he'd be so scary in German.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm trying to think how.
I wonder if he'd be scarier in Russian.
I'm curious if they would try to do a Cockney accent in German. How do you do like a Cockney?
I don't know.
It's like
I'm trying to picture them in
the whole time. Almost Australian in a way. But ich hacke den Spion.
I'm going to work on that for next week. I'll sprechen Sie Deutsch with a Cockney accent next week.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Tune in next week for Sprechen Sie Deutsch in Cockney.
Yeah.
I actually got to see Hobbs & Shaw.
Yes, you messaged us. Very excited about that.
Yeah, it was actually super entertaining. The entire film, honestly. It was not what I expected. The trailer was... it's fairly simple. Things get blown up. They're in a situation, but it was very well written. It was interesting plot line through the entire thing. I laughed like every 5 minutes. There was something funny, but yet it kept the seriousness of a good spy movie for all intents and purposes. It wasn't your typical
Hobbs & Shaw we're talking about, right?
Yeah, it wasn't your typical Fast and Furious film. I mean, this was like high-end tech, like James Bond level type tech stuff, or Mission Impossible, even started getting a little ridiculous into like Transformer, Batman type vehicles and things like that. But
the whole helicopter thing.
That too, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
which would be the reason I'd go.
Which the only reason why she saw that Captain America movie was when Captain America pulled down the helicopter.
That wasn't my only reason, but that was a really good reason.
So super impressed.
So guys out there, if you're wondering, how do I impress Arnie in the show? Pull down a helicopter with your bare hands. That is like, that's an opener right there. Like, think about that. Like, no guy ever does that in a bar. Just walks in the bar, like, holding the rung of a helicopter. You want to know how I got this?
Be like,
you said
yes,
a helicopter in your pocket, or are you happy to see me?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Not
go
hard
see
to
it.
please.
Totally, it's a good movie. Yeah, it was a really good movie.
Yeah, right.
Selma Hayek turns 53. Turned 53 this month.
Oh, wow.
She's actually involved with the Eternals coming
Okay.
out 2020. Which I didn't know about them. You guys?
I didn't really know about them
I don't know
either.
who the Eternals are, but they're a big Marvel
I'm sitting
deal
right here
or
next
some
to you.
kind of whatever.
You
but
shared the news, and I still have
So-
no idea who they are.
there are apparently some group of Marvel characters that have yet to be revealed.
Well, hey,
for the most
no one
part,
really
so-
knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were either. So that became big.
Yep, it
Yeah.
did.
I think
Sure
Angelina
did.
Jolie is going to be an Eternal as well.
Okay.
Wow, that's a pretty big.
Yeah, they're sinking a lot of money into this.
I wasn't able to confirm this, and I thought of it, but I feel like I saw something about it. And why? I don't know why I can't pronounce his name, let alone. But Taika Waititi. I think that's pretty close, actually,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That director from.
He's
excuse me. The Hitler is funny trailer. Right, yeah.
Jojo Rabbit.
That's exactly what it's called. Hillary's funny.
Yeah, it was the Jojo Rabbit. More about him in a minute, actually. But Keanu Reeves is 55.
Wow.
Looks
Yeah.
really good for 55.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be because he's Canadian. They
He's
age
Canadian?
differently.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
It's also a lot harder to get them to lose their temper too.
That's right here.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently you have to kill their dog.
Apparently, apparently, if you kill their dog, they're gonna make a whole series about him wiping you out.
Yeah.
You know, you killed my dog, eh?
Still have yet to watch any of the John Wick. I feel
know what they're about?
so ashamed.
No, I've seen like a lot of scenes from the second one. I've actually not seen the second one all the way through, but I do want to see the second and third one now because I got a frantic call from one of my best stunt guys for a fight sequence we're going to do later this year, and he said, "Have you seen the third one?" I said, "No." And as a stunt coordinator, to say you haven't seen the third John Wick is pretty much like saying you're a Christian and you haven't read the New Testament. Like, you're not really sure who this Jesus dude
Or you
is.
like
Interesting.
or you like the
yeah.
turn of the century and you haven't watched Downton Abbey, which I
Yes,
really
yes, you know, you're what do they call them?
Apparently
An
that's a
Anglophile,
thing.
something like that. Someone who really likes British stuff. Your eyes
sure.
burst out when I heard when I said that. What does that mean?
Anglophiles? Yeah.
Anglophile.
No, I get that.
I'm
yeah.
not sure I would classify myself as an Anglophile. I like
Because
a lot
the
of
word
English
sounds weird.
stuff. No,
Oh,
no. I'm not a Francophile either. I'm like, I just
don't
really
know what
like all
that
this
is.
stuff. That means you like France.
oh, okay.
So you can't be an Anglophile and a Francophile, apparently.
If I asked you to name 10 British TV series, could you probably do it?
Yes,
If I asked you to
10?
name 15 British TV series, could you probably do it?
yes.
If I told you, if I
Wow,
asked you
I'm
how
impressed.
if you've watched multiple seasons of those 10 to 15 British series, have you seen it? What would you-
Yes.
Okay.
I can-
If I told you that you could probably name all the 20 actors that are in England, because there's really only 20 in England. I don't
Yeah,
know if
all
you
the
know.
rest of
All right,
them
do
are
you
over
wanna
here.
Yes, the rest of them come over here.
All right, do you want to know something sad?
Yeah.
I was watching Endeavor last night, and they mentioned a name, and I was like, oh my God, that's the father of the sidekick in Lewis, which is a spin-off of Morse, which is the original story that Endeavor.
And you say
is
you're not
spun
an
off of.
Anglophile.
You see my eyes just rolled back in my
Yeah.
head.
Yeah. Endeavor.
Almost died of British boredom right there. I don't know if you know that. British
I
reference
actually love
boredom.
British comedy for the record, though. So it's
yes.
Yeah, it's good.
But
Yeah.
those
Faulty
none of those
Towers
were
is
comedies,
like-
so that shows that
No,
you're
but
that you're not a Anglophile.
James Bond.
James Bond. That's-
Someone was asking me,
count?
why do you like...
James Bond doesn't count because it's produced by an American
Yeah, come on.
Italian.
Somebody
So
was asking me, why do you like Wallander? I'm like, because it's like Morse, except more depressing.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, that sounds terrible.
anyways, sorry, it's already over. We gotta cut.
It
to
can't be over. I have so much more news.
Is that good news?
I don't know, but
Okay, all right.
We'll save for the last segment. We don't have that segment.
Taylor Swift's a cat lady. It's official.
Oh God! All right. Anyways, it's the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8 on Exeter Channel 98 and on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show YouTube channel. Please make sure to like us on Facebook, but more importantly, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. It really helps us. And when we come back, we will have our special guest, a woman of multiple names, and we will talk about that when she comes on. We'll be right back with the Early Late Night Live Show Wednesday nights, 7 to 8.
New Hampshire, and he has a car.
Well, I don't think he's going to let me borrow it for 4.5, 5-hour trips.
Oh,
so-
come on, Nate. Really? I think you can figure something out.
Touche. Mommy. Hey, Jackie! Whoa! Oh my, look, did you see that down there? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's your respirator right there. You can see it right there. The participants are hanging off. Okay, here's the thing. The net on it, it's broken. Okay, so that's really gonna like letting stuff get up into your garbulator. And your garbulator is gonna just like, stop everything dead in your motor. Right in the middle of the highway, it'll happen. Best thing to do, take it to a mechanic. You know what? Forget it. Give me the keys, and then I'll take it to my mechanic. That's the best way to do this, because he'll do a really nice job, and he'll do it for free, because he does the same thing for my bike, because you have to really change them all every so often here. So you know what? Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, okay? Why don't you go inside, have a donut, I know you have to be at work about 9 on Monday. I'll be back by 8. It's a 3-hour trip. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it, okay?
So, anyways, where am I supposed to look? Am I looking here? Am I looking in the camera? Am I looking properly right now, Arnie?
No.
Am I looking properly right now? Yes. Okay.
There you go.
All right. Pardon me. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But she's an actress. She's a dancer. She's got multiple names, and she's sitting on our couch, and we're both sick. So we're sitting next to each other. So we only really infect half the room with someone who's already infected. Her name is Priscilla Mills. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh yeah, it's great to have you on the show. So tell us a little bit about yourself. First of all, nice watch.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Actually, a fun fact about this: in every role that I've played so far, the student films and stuff, I've worn this watch.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's like your signature watch now.
Yeah. So now if you see me, you spot it out, you'll see I'm wearing the watch.
So if we don't recognize you, we'll just look at the wrist. Maybe
Exactly.
they'll sell it especially if you become famous. They're going to make a special edition of that watch called the Priscilla Mills.
Yeah, just be walking around with it. Be like an extra in a film. You just see me walking by with it.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I apologize. My watch, as you could tell.
Oh.
I have a band, and the little rubber band broke on it, so I used some medical tape to fix it up. And now I had to use duct tape to tape up the band. It's probably just time to get a new band.
They're
Or a new watch.
inexpensive, by the way.
I think you can let it go.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that. So, no, can I? Oh no, yeah, you need that one. All right. So tell us a little bit about your experience, because you've done. You're going to be doing theater soon, or at least you're going to.
I've done some theater.
Okay.
So I went back into acting. I was doing it in New York when I was younger. And I got as far as just pretty much extra work. I did get called last minute. I was going through actors reps on Broadway. And I hadn't done it in months, and I went back to school, and then they called me, they're like, get down here, we have a role for you. And it was actually for Mona Lisa Smile.
Oh, wow.
But I went down there and I completely changed my look and everything, in my...
Were you wearing the watch? No.
No. But in my photo, I had blonde hair, and I changed. I had really dark hair. I put braces back on because I had this thing that I felt that my teeth were moving. I never wore my retainer. So then to me, everything stood out. So I even put braces back on. So they come in and there was a panel of people. It was the first time I ever had that kind of experience. And I went in there and they're all sitting around, they're looking at my headshot and they're just like, who is this
No, we
girl?
want this person to come in, right?
And I was just like, oh, yeah. I go, I went back to school. I wasn't even planning on doing the acting. I go, my agent just called me out of nowhere for this role. And I wasn't sure if it was either the Julia Stiles part or, what was it, Claire Danes? Yeah, who's
I don't
also
know this
from
movie.
New Jersey.
What's
It's a Julia Roberts movie.
That's why I don't know it. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, yes.
Yeah, so Claire Danes is from New Jersey. She was
I
actually
didn't know that.
from Point Pleasant, and I lived in Point Pleasant for a little while.
Oh, okay.
So I did that, and then I went on a long hiatus, maybe auditioned here and there, but nothing really. And then some pulled me to I just missed it. I missed performing, and that's where I felt where my real passion is. That really got me going.
Well, because we were talking to you before the show, and you have a dance audition coming up soon, right?
Yes, that's through Palace
Excuse me.
Theater. It's a Flash Dance, the musical. Luckily, I don't have to do any singing, because I'm not a singer.
Oh,
But
That makes two of you.
yeah,
thank you, Mitch. Reliving an old joke from early. That was so 10 minutes ago.
I haven't done a dance audition in such a long time, but I figure, I'd just give it a whirl, at least see,
Sure.
what I could pick up in moves. I mean, I'm always dancing around. I never lost my flexibility so much or anything, but I just wanted to give it a try, see what happens, and then take it from there.
Pardon me, what type of dance have you studied over there? What's the thing? when it comes to dancing?
So I've been dancing since I was 2. I started out in ballet. It was in Elizabeth, New Jersey, through Sonia Nicole, and she was a Russian teacher. And I was actually like the little kid that like never sat down. I was always jumping around and making a ruckus in the class. So my mom even said when it came to like recital time, like she was so nervous because I never paid attention. They just thought I was just going to be running around on stage, and my goal was the role was to play a doll.
You're in good company. You're good.
So, but when I got up on stage, the role was a doll till I did my little routine, and I just stood there. Like, I just stayed, and my mom couldn't believe it. She was like, oh my God, like, but all the other little kids were running around. So it was like, you know, maybe it was just like one of those things, I got them all distracted. They didn't get to do anything.
Well, it's what you wanted to do.
Right,
like
it was
easy,
just
right,
weird
yeah.
though that, you know, because when I think back as a kid, I really don't remember that at all. But then, you know, all the prima ballerinas, they were like, oh, I want to take a picture with her, and this, it just came naturally for me. And then all throughout, probably up to my 20s, I was doing dance, ballet, tap, jazz, acrobatics, lyrical. I even taught dance for a little while through a bunch of different dance studios throughout New Jersey. And then just after that, you know, like life just takes over and you have to do other things.
So you're living in New Hampshire now, though, right?
Yes,
Right.
Manchester.
So so were you from Manchester originally? Were you from New Hampshire originally, or?
No, I'm from New Jersey.
So how did
I'm
you
surprised the accent didn't come out. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah,
It's there.
They don't have coffee in New Jersey. They have coffee, right?
Coffee.
Right, coffee.
You get a pot of coffee going.
Yeah.
Do some coffee talk.
Yeah, coffee talk. Yeah, all right. Yeah. So how did you end up in Manchester, New Hampshire, out of all places?
I know, everybody says that.
Well,
but
like, if you wanted to be an actress and actor and dancer and stuff like that, yeah, you're in New Jersey. You're in the right spot because you can still kind of live a normal life, but going to New York's not a big deal. You know?
Although right, because living in New York is just so expensive.
Yeah.
So you would always just do the travel. So I would go on the New
I looked at a
Jersey
map and it cost me
Transit.
$20 in New York. That's how expensive. No,
Yeah.
New York. Yeah. So right. So if you're pursuing, what brought you then?
Well,
to
so
here?
I just started back in January doing it again. I was working healthcare. I quit my job and everything to really do it full force. Because I figured if I'm going to do it, like it's like now or never at this point. But at least I have a career to fall back on, which was good because I needed to go back to school because, you know, I had to have something. So just with the moving around, that was just me being me. You know, I lived in Florida, the Carolinas. I even studied abroad in Scotland. I wasn't just abroad that studied.
I didn't think about that.
There's a lot of broads in Scotland.
Yeah, so I got to at least experience a lot. And then somehow after Florida, I was helping my uncle. He lived in Revere, so he has progressive MS. So initially, like I was helping him kind of like nursemaid to him. Then he ended up, you know, getting in a relationship and things kind of worked out financially for him, you know, with all of like the disability and stuff like that. So then I was able to find my own place, lived in Andover, Mass. And then finally I was like, Mass was kind of expensive too.
Yeah.
So
Especially
then
Andover.
And then I just kept hearing about Live Free or Die. Then I just ended up in New Hampshire. And I've been here now I've been here 6 years now. And then now I just happen to get back into acting and it's just kind of, I still go to auditions in New York and stuff. I just drive.
Yeah, because I was doing that too. I was commuting back and forth to New York, and then I realized I hated New York a lot. And then like this didn't seem worth the 5-hour drive.
Yeah, but since
longer.
my parents still live in New Jersey, so even if like I go for something or say whatever, I could stay over there.
Oh, see,
at their place. So
Yeah.
it's not like I'd have to look for lodging now and all that stuff. It doesn't put me so out of the.
Now you just recently finished a short film, right?
Yes, Granny Panties. It was
That
almost
was the name of it?
You didn't run the name by me on the
that was my second Emerson College student film, and it was really funny. So I played a receptionist that was just annoyed of everything that's going on in there. It kind of reminded me of like the Golden Girls, like if they were to, you know, cause a ruckus in a nursing home and stuff like that. And it was really funny. It was a great script. and I was glad to be part of it.
So, moving forward with your career, would you say you prefer to go to stage or film? Which one would you be?
Film, but I enjoy both. It's two different types of acting, I feel,
Yeah.
Especially, you got the live, and then with the film, you get to, rehearse doing
you can
things
do a
off it.
scene like
Yeah, you can do a
15
scene,
different
yeah.
ways in an hour.
You could
so.
tally screw it
Exactly.
up too, and it's like not
Right,
a big
and then
deal.
it's weird when it finally
know what
comes
you're talking
down
about.
to it. You don't know what cut they're going to keep, and you just never know now at the end.
Yeah. Yes.
It's exciting to wait to see like how the film turns out and like what parts they ended up using and how your facial expressions ended up coming out and things like that.
So it's been a while since for you personally, since you've gone at acting full time.
Right.
Has it changed much since years ago? Like the approach or the process, or you?
No,
your look
everything's
at
the
it,
same. I feel I've changed a lot. I think that's what's helped me. When I was younger and trying to pursue it, I just didn't have a thick enough skin for it. It would get me discouraged. Like I would get discouraged real easily, get kind of more depressed. It was almost like I wasn't enjoying it like I am now.
Right.
So like even if you don't get a good feedback or this, I just kind of just let it roll because I still love it.
So what would be if someone was thinking about taking the leap, what would be the one bit of advice you would give them?
Well, first of all, don't get discouraged. Keep it going, and if it's something you really love to do, just pursue it 110%. I'm always like sending things out, like that. I quit my job. I mean,
to record
you try
auditions.
try to do as much as you can, just constantly keeping your name out there. Any opportunities that you find, people that you meet, the networking is very important.
Yeah, because you do all sorts of. So it's not your only live show that you've been on. You've been on the Peter White,
Yes.
the morning show with Peter White
Yes.
in Manchester, which is one of my. I've been on that show. We both known Peter since.
Me too.
Yeah, you've been on the
I
show.
don't know him
I'm
really
the only
well, but
one who hasn't
I've
been
been
on
on the
that
show
show.
once. It was to promote something that I was doing
Right.
in theater and other production.
Yeah, Manchester's interesting because it's its own little hub of it's really its own city.
Yeah.
Manchester, if you took Manchester out, Manchester doesn't need the rest of New Hampshire. Like
Right.
it really is, it really for its own personality, it doesn't need the rest of New Hampshire. So do you find doing local, television, local radio to be helpful for you?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's like anything else. It's like you're promoting yourself, so you're getting your name out there. People get to know you. You get to talk about, projects that you're working on and things like that, and you get a own little following.
Right.
I finally just got on Instagram. I still have to do the Twitter stuff, but
Twitter's not what it used to be.
I know it's hard.
But it can be fun, especially when there's
Keep
a fight
up with
going
so
on.
many of the social platforms. People are like, you don't have Snapchat. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing on half these other things.
Just got on Twittergram. Give me a break.
Like, so many different, you'll post a picture of this, and it's like, oh, I gotta do that same picture. I'm like, 9 other.
Is that like my book or
Yeah,
is that
Yeah, it's like
a face space or something like that?
If you do Instagram, you can link it to 3 different. You can link it to Facebook.
For some reason,
Twitter,
it's
and the
not
other.
working on mine.
So,
can.
yeah, you can. So
Queen of
one
social
photo.
media, KJ Trainer right here.
one of the few things I figured out.
confirmed it, but for some reason, it's not working on mine. And then it's
Oh.
weird because I have 2 Instagram accounts. One is under Veronet and one's under Priscilla. Because then I did it for under Priscilla, but then I was like, just to show that that I'm. It's so hard to keep up with my name, so I'm just like.
Yeah, tell us about Veronet March. Where'd that come from, and what are you using it for?
So I actually came up with that name in 2014 before I was even thinking. I've always wrote down aspirations and stuff. I always keep a journal, and always think about things that I want to pursue in my life before it ends, or hopefully.
Bucket list.
Yeah, I totally
I
have
always
the
think of
bucket
my
list.
obituary. What do we want them to say about me?
So as I was
We
sitting
don't know
there,
anything about her.
She's an enigma.
Yeah, I came up with Veronet. I was like, I want a unique name that you don't hear often. So I was named after Priscilla Presley, and I was like, well, there's already a Priscilla out there. Although a lot of people love the name,
Yeah, because
I just
it's
wanted
a very
something
popular
different.
name.
Yeah.
And
So
there's
who
a
is the
Miranda,
other Priscilla? Because
Yeah. So Veronet, I always loved the dancer Vera Ellen.
Oh yeah, from
At White Christmas, yes.
got it.
And I
Wow.
just loved her kicks and her flexibility.
Oh,
She was
yeah.
one of my favorites. And she
She's
was so
got so much
talented.
energy and stuff,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. And just like her physique and everything like that, that was always how I wanted to be. And then the net part is, that's my confirmation name, like Antoinette. So I combined both. And then March I used from Louisa May Alcott, like Little Women is one of my favorite stories growing up as a kid. So I used the last name March.
Oh, wow, awesome.
I know, it's a whole
No wonder I don't remember,
story.
'cause it's all,
I'm not just going to break. I'm not going to break because I can't breathe right now. I'm going to break because we are out of time, but you're going to stick around for Trailer Trash, right?
Oh, definitely.
All right, so we'll be right back with Trailer Trash and hopefully if I'm alive.
hopefully with Terry.
Yes, we'll have a host when we come back. Early Late Night Live Show, Wednesday night, 7 to 8. We'll be right back.
Wait, you're Nathan Hale.
What, is there a flyer or something going around?
Just calm down, all right?
Calm down? Why should I calm down? People are trying to kill me.
Calm down. I'm a detective. You're a detective. You're going to be all right, okay?
Headquarters to all available units. We are receiving multiple reports of possible fire in the area of 15 Blackwater Road. Detective Harris and Marshall have advised that they are in the area and
Hey, do you see what you... Okay, look, if we just talk about this half a minute, I just want to know a little idea what's going on. Just a little smidget.
No.
I don't really... Get up with the hitting!
Grab the gun.
No! Down! Oh, shut up. All right, now just stay right there. I wouldn't want to have to go shooting you. Freeze! Run!
Freeze.
Oh, shut up. All right, now just stay right there. I wouldn't want to have to go shooting you. Freeze! Run!
Freeze.
Okay, well, this couldn't get any worse. Then again...
Well, isn't this a predicament? You know, those other cops are gonna be here soon.
Yeah. So we better get out of here before Barney Fife gets us. I know you're not gonna shoot the kid.
Thank God for that.
Shut up, kid. And drop your pistol.
What, so you can kill us like those two detectives?
I didn't kill anyone. I was framed.
Oh yeah? With the history of your old man, why would I even...
It's the first time for everything, Jason. You wanna make my new tally?
Oh, this is awkward.
So, Temple.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Great. Now we got 3 accounts of assaulting a police officer.
I'm starting to laugh.
Doesn't make it worse.
This is not funny.
Welcome back to the Early Late Night Live Show. On every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. So Mitch said to me, "You're still going to do the show?" When I came in, I didn't realize the extent of how good a question that was. So, you ever, like, one person starts to laugh and other people start to laugh?
It's infectious.
That's us with the coughing.
That's us with the coughing right now. Yes.
I can really hear the Jersey when you say coffee.
Yeah,
There you
yeah. Because they don't have coughing. They have coughing.
Coughing.
Okay. All right. So Late Night Live. Okay, you know where you are. All right. It's our favorite segment of the show, Trailer Trash. Arnie, what's the first trailer we have?
It's called The Aeronauts.
All right.
I'm saying that right, yay.
Yeah.
It's a new movie. It's coming out on Amazon Prime on December 6th. It's directed by Tom Harper.
Okay.
And it stars, I just can't remember her name, Felicity Jones and Eddie Redmayne. And it's somewhat based on a true story. In 1862, a headstrong scientist and a wealthy young widow mount a balloon expedition to fly higher than anyone in history. As their perilous descent reduces their chances of survival, the unlikely duo soon discover things about themselves and each other that help both of them find their place in the world.
So we got picture-in-picture going on. Right there's the trailer. So quick apologies. We had a last-minute tragedy. Actually, our usual tech guy, his aunt died, and So we had to call in a last-minute replacement, and so we were a bit flustered when we came in. But yes, do we have the trailer for the Aeronauts? If we could play that, please, so we could start discussing it, because it is trailer trash, and theoretically
it looks like it's trying.
It's trying really hard. The following preview has been frozen for all audiences by the Motion Picture Association of America. And as every good filmmaker has done, independent filmmaker, I've taken that same thing, matched the font, and wrote something completely different.
Oh, right.
Just to do that. But anyways,
we're back just on you.
We're back just on me. I have
So
no
check out the trailer. It's really
check out the
awesome.
trailer, Aeronauts trailer. We're dropping it in the link. I have
After
no
the
clue
show.
what's going on. So, Artie. But anyways, we all saw the trailer. I don't think our audience is going to get to see it right now, but we all saw the trailer. Mitch.
All right, maybe they will by the time we're
There
done.
we go.
there we go.
There we go. Yay. Mitch Fortier, what were your thoughts on this trailer?
Yes, sir. So I started as we were watching. I'm like, okay, this looks kind of interesting, and I like historical pieces in general when they have these kind of historical settings, and but it didn't really pull me in. And then I started seeing the epic views and the balloon in the sky and people falling off the balloon, and it just seemed really intense all of a sudden, really quickly, and that caught my attention right away. So that's all I have to say. At this
All
point.
right. Priscilla?
Ditto, pretty much. Like I love the costumes. All, like that whole era. I love. And yeah, definitely. Like I've always wanted to go on a hot air balloon ride. I have yet to do that, and they do that throughout New Hampshire, and it looks. I'm sure it looks beautiful in the fall. But yeah, definitely. Like once you see towards the end of like all the action that's in there, it's definitely something I would want to see in the movie theater. On the big screen.
So, I saw this trailer, and I sent it to KJ.
Yeah.
Because I said, you're going to really like this trailer. Both me and KJ grew up, well, I've read a few of the books, surprisingly enough, but we also watched pretty much every single Jules Verne-based adventure film that was made by Disney, and they were all made by Disney.
Well, no, Irwin Allen made a lot of them.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Irwin Allen. And this, to me, felt like a Jules Verne adventure. That's what it felt like. And it felt spectacular, but it felt like a movie again. Like it felt like you were watching a movie again. Like you felt like you were being transported into like an epic story. And with all the visual effects and abilities that we have nowadays and stuff like that, some of the heart of filmmaking and what you go to watch a movie for. Matter of fact, my girlfriend said that there's less people going to the theater now. I was listening to a report saying that there are less people going to the theater this year than there has ever been since like 1992. Because people don't go to the movies to watch movies anymore.
I'm one of those people. It's very rare that I go out to the movies because I feel more comfortable at home. Plus the prices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
You
now
want to go for an
Paying
experience.
$14 to see one movie is pretty rough.
Yeah.
If you want to eat, forget about it.
Right.
And sometimes
Oh, sorry.
that's okay, and you just want to wait till like it just comes on like Netflix or something
Right.
like that or whatever. But like with something like this, like you were saying, because you just felt like you're watching a movie. Like this is something that's exciting to.
That's how we
go
felt about
see.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Well, and I think it's the fault of the filmmakers. I'll say it right now, that the filmmakers forgot that they're supposed to be making something cool. Oh, we're just going to go to streaming. You're just going to go to YouTube. No, but it's supposed to be an experience. People are supposed to get lost in this. So I think what happened was less people started going to theaters, and the filmmakers started making films that were made for streaming, not for films anymore. This was made for a theater, and I think all movies should be made like that. Anyways, your thoughts, Arnie?
I concur with you. I did do some research on the incident that they're talking about. I had to laugh because I guess both of the guys passed out. It was two guys that did this ascent in 1862. They passed out both about like 8,000 feet up in the air. One of their pigeons died, but they made it back safely. I love the history. I love the Jules Verne feel of it. And you're right. It just feels like you're going to be lost in an adventure in a different place than where you are.
You said it felt like wonder came back into.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It feels like wow, we don't know what's out there.
Right.
And very, very seldom do you feel like that when you go to the movies now. Everyone's like so cynical.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like Midway too. It was like, oh, we could actually lose the war, and that excited me.
Yeah.
And to piggyback off of you,
it.
because then it's like almost like you feel like you're a kid again when you were going to the movies.
Right, like there might be
It brings
some
back that
magic.
wonder, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts, but if I don't drink this, we're going to be peaking the microphones with the coughing. So, yeah. All right, Arnie, let's go quickly into the rating, Arnie. Arnie, your rating.
Okay, so I'm going to give it 1 thumb solidly up and 1 like this.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it'd be 2 thumbs up for you.
They did a gender swap. I never approve of those.
Okay, all right. 2 thumbs up.
Oh, that's right.
All right, 2 thumbs up for me, though. Just 2 thumbs up. Priscilla?
I say 2 thumbs up.
All right, Mitch?
Yeah, I'm 2 solid thumbs up.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it looks
all
like
right.
a wonderful movie.
Yeah, all right. Yes, it does look like a wonderful movie. That's
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that. All right, what's the next trailer we got?
The next one is Noel. And I spelled it Moel, so just give me 1 second while I pull it up on here.
Oh, there's the trailer.
Oh, we have the
Yes.
trailer. Yay. So,
Noel? Just so you know, for those of you who are old fans of the show, The Nun, and for those of you who know what The Nun is, you were clearly able to get The Nun back on the screen, Joe. I can't see why you couldn't get the trailer. The Nun from that horror movie, The Nun. He used to keep bringing it up, so I kept seeing it. It would freak me out. And Joe's back to cover for us today. Anyways.
Thank you, Joe, by the way.
Thank you,
for
Joe.
everything
Yes,
that
thank you,
you're doing.
Joe.
I appreciate it. It's good to have you
Yeah.
back.
Good to have him back.
Huge.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
Noel is a new movie coming out this November. It stars Anna Kendrick, Shirley MacLaine, and Bill Hader.
Yep.
It's good to see Shirley MacLaine in
She
a
said it
comedy.
right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't say
she-
hater right.
Huh?
I didn't say his name right when I read it.
Oh,
How do you say it?
Hater.
Hader.
Hater. That's
what I
it's,
was
all right.
I'm from New Hampshire. I say had.
It's my fault. I mispronounced it.
Anyways, just move on. Yes.
Anyway, so basically, Anna Kendrick is Noel Kringle, the daughter of Santa Claus, who has to go and find her missing brother. And that's essentially it. It's a Disney movie, and it's coming out November 12th. It's directed by Mark Lawrence.
All right. I'm going to say something really quick with this. I will say this, I love the cast in this trailer. Matter of fact, that's Craig right now, who's from Parks and Rec. The character, he played the character Craig, who the very angry gay man in Parks and Rec. He was an awesome character. I love that actor. This film looks like just a good, solid, fun film. And we'll say this, I was getting the impression from the trailer it's going to be like, now she's got to be Santa Claus. That's what I was getting from the beginning part of the trailer. But no, I kind of like the fact that instead it's her going on this little adventure trying to save Christmas because her brother is, as you'll see later on in the trailer, somewhere else. It looks like a lot of fun. I like Anna Kendrick. She's really funny. She holds the screen well, and she is, she's one of my favorite actresses, I would say, today.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun.
Yeah, she's just a lot of fun.
And she played opposite of Chris Pine in The Woods. So.
Oh, right, yes,
Yeah.
that's true, yeah.
So.
All right, Arnie, your thoughts on this trailer?
I love it. I think it when I watched it, I thought, oh, it's like a Disney Channel movie, but apparently no, it's not a TV movie. It's a full.
Oh, it's actually going to be on.
It's actually going to be in theaters.
Oh, good.
So I love Anna Kendrick, and I love Bill Hader. So I'm definitely going to be seeing this. I just love stuff like
Yeah,
this. And
I
love
like the
this little
yogurt
candle
pant thing.
yeah.
Yes, the yogurt pant thing was
Yeah.
that definitely got me. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is streaming.
Okay,
So
you're
this-
wrong. I thought you were wrong in that. Yes. All right.
Oh, rub it in.
Mitch, your thoughts on this trailer?
So it's part of Disney Plus then? This
Yes.
streaming platform?
So for those of you who are excited to see this in theaters,
You
your dreams
won't
have
be.
been smashed into pieces. All right. Anyways, Mitch, your thoughts on this?
Well, at first I'm just like, Christmas movie, okay, whatever. That's not generally my genre, but it looked like it had some funny bits in it. I kind of crushed on Anna Kendrick in Pitch Perfect, so I'm a fan of her. Hader, he's funny in this particular trailer. And but I don't know. I liked Elf too, so it kind of has that kind of a feel to it. So I won't go see it in theaters, but it looks interesting.
Well, you won't be able
enough,
to see it in
so-
theaters, so that's right, yeah.
I probably won't even watch it in streaming because I probably won't be a Disney Plus subscriber yet.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, it might be for a month, but it's not going to be watch Disney
During the
Christmas
free week?
movies.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So you can like binge watch all of Loki and then get off again.
All right.
Which may be what I'm doing.
Priscilla?
So I'm going to be like opposite of everybody. So Anna Kendrick, I'm not a huge fan. I don't know. I don't find her
Get off the
funny
couch.
or- I know. I don't know.
Well, she's
But-
from Maine, so it's kind of a local
kinda
girl
like,
thing.
okay. Bill Hader.
No, I don't like her.
I really I thought he was funny, like in SNL and things like that. But like a movie like that, like Elf, I liked, but I don't know. When I watched the trailer, it just.
So when I
didn't do
walked out
anything
of
for
Elf,
me.
I was like, I didn't like this movie. And then a week later, I was still telling jokes from it, and like, actually, I love this movie.
It's one of those words that you think you shouldn't like,
Yes.
and like as an artist, that maybe we shouldn't like.
Like
this
if I
one.
happen to be at someone's house and they're playing this movie, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm not going to go out of my way to watch watch it.
Okay.
It's kind of, yeah, okay. I want to see this. Like, I want to be at home with a cup of hot chocolate with a Christmas tree beside me watching this movie. Like, that's how I picture, picture seeing this. I'm probably going to fall asleep during it because when it gets laid out at night, I'm just getting tired. But yeah, that's how I feel. Anyways, we got to, excuse me, go through the ratings before I die. Arnie, your thoughts on this trailer? Then ask everyone else the rate.
All right,
the trailer.
so my rating will be 1 thumb up, 1 thumb like this again, just because it felt TV movie to me, and I want it better for some reason.
1 thumb up and 1 thumb down. I'll probably actually give.
Really?
Yeah, because it doesn't look fantastic. It just looks good.
Okay, that's fair.
Right.
Oh, I'm just like, eh.
I
know, I'm so negative. I feel like,
there.
what was the two guys that always used to
In the Muppets? I don't know. I can never remember.
No.
The science, the robots, you mean, or whatever?
No,
Robert and Ebert?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Ebert and Roper?
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
agreed with
those
them.
guys.
Like, it would be like a great movie, and they're like, nah, I wouldn't go see it. I was like, what? But
I'm kind of, one kind of sortish
Wishy-washy.
downy, and the other one is up because it looks pretty well made. So,
All right.
And it's got Anna Kendrick.
All right, well, I can take another sip. All right, excuse me. I think you know what's going to happen. We're going to go to break, and I'm going to come back with top 5. I'll get it to the top 3, and then I'll die. All right, there we go. We're right back. It's the Late Night Live Show Wednesday night.
And he has a car.
Well, I don't think he's gonna let me borrow it for 4.5, 5 hour trip.
Oh,
so
come on, Nate. Really? I think you can figure something out.
Touche. Hey, Jackie!
Hey,
whoa!
dude.
Oh my, look, did you see that down there? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's your respirator right there. You can see it right there. The parts are hanging off. Okay, here's the thing. The net on it, it's broken. Okay, so that's really gonna like letting stuff get up into your garbulator. And your garbulator's gonna just like, stop everything dead in your motor. Right in the middle of the highway, it'll happen. Best thing to do, take it to a mechanic. You know what? Forget it. Give me the keys, and then I'll take it to my mechanic. That's the best way to do this, because he'll do a really nice job, and he'll do it for free, because he does the same thing for my bike, because you have to really change them over every so often here. So you know what? No, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, okay? Why don't you go inside, have a donut, I know you have to be at work about 9 on Monday. I'll be back by 8. It's a 3-hour trip. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it, okay?
Quote Mitch, he said, I know this is going to be hard, but you should keep this short. Which should say a lot about me right now.
Mitch knows you pretty well.
I will say this, one of the advantages of talking a lot is you can host a TV show. So anyways, it's this week, Terry's Top 5, we're going to talk about buddy films. I'm a big fan of buddy films, particularly buddy cop films and such like that. Abbott and Costello, Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis. There's all different types of buddy films. This time we're going to focus more on the sort of more modern day buddy comedies. All right? And up first is not particularly modern day, but it's modern day compared to Abbott and Costello, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. So Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and this is the Rush Hour trailer that's playing behind me right now. We can talk about Rush Hour if we want. That's further down the line. I'll start with Rush Hour, actually. Then why don't I? So Rush Hour is my favorite of the buddy films. That's why I was saving it for last. It stars Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker. It was directed by Brett Ratner. Brett Ratner really wanted to work with Jackie Chan. He just worked with Chris Tucker in Money Talks. And so he said he wanted to make a film with Jackie Chan. They gave him a couple scripts. He took the script over to Jackie Chan, said, this is not a good script, but I think it's with some tweaking, it'd be a great script for you to break it into America. Jackie Chan was already in his 40s at that time and had tried breaking into the American market 2 times and failed miserably. He's one of the largest stars in the world, but very few people in America knew him. Until a little film called Rush Hour came out in 1997, and all of a sudden Jackie Chan went from being just some guy that martial artists knew to a man who everyone knew. It's a very famous, very popular movie. The best of the buddy of the series, as far as I'm concerned, is the first one. It is just a really fun, simple buddy action film. And it is the film that got me back into martial arts, and it is one of the films that got me wanting to make movies, was this. And so, yeah, Rush Hour. If you haven't seen it, it just doesn't get much better than Rush Hour when it comes to buddy action films. So I'm going to go backwards up my list, and we'll go to the next one, Midnight Run, or we'll just roll the wheel and see which.
Oh, there's Butch Cassidy.
Now we got Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid. So we went from 1 to 5. All right, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid that stars Paul Newman and Robert Redford. These guys had such brilliant chemistry, but they were only in 2 movies together. They were only in 2 movies together: Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, and The Sting. And I believe this is loosely based on real guys. This film is one of those more slower 70s action comedies, but it works. It works so good in just with the way the drama works. There's a couple of, in my opinion, perfectly honest, about number 5 on the list, some really slow moments in it, but by and large, the chemistry between these 2 guys is just perfect. It has one of the best ending shootouts. It has some of the most classic and funny lines ever, and you just can't beat really Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid when it comes to buddy westerns, and you can't beat really Robert Redford and Paul Newman. So yeah, all right. Anyways, let's move on to, I'm hoping, number 4, A Walk in the Woods. Is this what we got for the trailer? Let me see. I'm waiting before I start talking about it. Yes, A Walk in the Woods. Yes, another Robert Redford film. A little sad story with this. Robert Redford wanted to play this film with Paul Newman, but unfortunately he passed away before the film could get made. It is based off of a real guy in his real book about a real man who was in New Hampshire and decided to hike the Appalachian Trail at age like 75 or something like that. And so he called up one of his old buddies, in this case betrayed by none other than the infamous Nick Nolte, and they try to go on the Appalachian Trail as 70-year-old men. This is just one of those types of movies I could watch a million times because it is just such a pleasant and fun and sweet movie. It's not some big drama. There's no great big emotional discovery they found by looking at a friggin' rock. No, they just, they just 2 buddies going on a trip and the little problems that they had along the way and just the humor. This was a very relatable film based on a real incident. And really, if it's raining out and you just want to feel good, you have to go for a walk in the woods. All right? I just came up with that. I'm pretty
nice
proud
job.
of that.
That was good. That was nice.
All right, let's roll on.
That's a kicking in.
That's a kicking in. Let's roll into another one of my favorite films, starring another one of my favorite actors who you might recognize, Jackie Chan. Shanghai Nights. Okay, now the reason why I picked Shanghai Nights over Shanghai Noon for buddy films, this stars Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan. All right, Shanghai Noon was the first one. This is the sequel. The reason why I like this one is because it's one of the first American films that they allowed Jackie Chan to really be Jackie Chan. The director said Jackie Chan has never given enough time to really work his action and his comedy. So he devoted 3/4 of the schedule just so Jackie Chan could have the time to create the iconic fight scenes that he was known for, because American filmmakers never really gave him the time for it. And this film is just Abbott and Costello meets Jackie Chan. That's what this film is. The director really liked those old road movies with Bing Crosby and Bob Hope, and he wanted to make just really one of the funniest movies of all time to me is Shanghai Nights. It doesn't get any more just silly, slapsticky fun than this movie, with some incredible action sequences and just a, perfect time. Just a perfect time. Now, check it out, Shanghai Nights. Shanghai Noon's pretty good. All right. The first one. All right, rolling on to the second one, which is the last one on the list, but it had some fun place in my heart, starring really just all the people of the 80s and Robert De Niro, because no one else, if you don't know the 80s films, you don't really know who Charles Grodin is unless you're a Muppet fan, you don't really know who John Ashton is. You don't really know who Martin Brest is. You don't really know who Yaphet Kotto is. And you may know who Dennis Farina is, but if you don't know the 80s, you don't know really any of these guys. But they're all in this film, Midnight Run. Midnight Run is about a bounty hunter who is picking up, who's trying to take a informant from New York to L.A., who, while being chased by the mob, while being chased by the FBI, and while being chased by the cops. Robert De Niro has taken in Charles Grodin, who is a pain in the butt, and he's taken him across country. And this is such a good buddy film because it's one of those action comedies that has good amount of action, nothing over the top of the action, really good comedy, really memorable lines. But there's moments in this film that are just very heartfelt. And I forget it every time I watch it until you get to those moments that this was really a movie about these 2 people as people. And it's a very good movie. Matter of fact, one of the films I made, which you keep seeing the advertisement for, Not That Guy, was the feel and the premise of Not That Guy was based off of this movie. This is what I used as a model. Midnight Run is one of the best buddy films of all time. You should definitely check it out. And if you're from the 80s, you have a good chance you may not know this movie, but you should. All right, anyways, this is Terry's top 5 buddy films of all sorts. If you know, what's your favorite buddy film? Leave a comment below. I'm going to go sit down. And on that note, there.
So now it's anything goes with Mitch.
Now anything goes.
And go.
You know what? I'm gonna add that Hobbs and Shaw could actually be in the top 10 because Statham and Johnson have really good chemistry in this film.
It just in the trailer alone, because we all remarked about the trailer, just looking, this film should not look as good as it does. But yeah, the chemistry of those two guys, and really, I mean, The Rock going from being a wrestler to being like a genuinely good actor.
Genuinely, yeah.
Right, you know, I mean, because he wasn't at one point in time. Like this,
sure,
right,
like
you know,
doing like The Mummy and
right,
like
he wasn't
crap
really.
like that,
I mean,
right?
but he went from that to being like really like he's good. Like you know, like he's.
I was just talking about that with someone the other day.
Really?
You know, because you have like, you know, the wrestlers like Hulk Hogan and stuff. Like they didn't go on to really do anything with that. But like, yeah, like The Rock. He was
Arnold
awesome.
Schwarzenegger never became a good actor. And he does what he does well, but that was the limit of his.
He plays Arnold Schwarzenegger in every film.
Basically,
right,
right.
So. But like The Rock, like you like him in all his films. You know, like he's just like someone that you're.
And I truly believe he could be one of those actors that he is bigger than his size. He's a better actor than his physique, and he's got such a noticeable physique. Mm-hmm. But he is He's
very versatile.
You haven't seen the HBO series Ballers, I don't.
I saw the first 2 seasons of that. Yeah,
so good. I mean,
right.
I mean, he could pull off the comedy.
Yeah,
and all, you know.
Yeah, and I think I'd like to see Jason Statham act again, because Jason Statham used to be like he's not bad in these action films. I love him in these action films, but like he was a really good, solid actor. And don't get me wrong, I love watching Jason Statham run around. Matter of fact, I devoted, you meeting my girlfriend for the first time to watching Jason Statham kick a shark. That was the whole devotion to that whole thing. That was an excuse to get her into the theater so I could watch Jason Statham kick a shark. And then you got sick and we both all had to leave.
You're never going to let that go.
I'm never going to let that go.
He definitely wasn't awesome in Hobbs and Shaw by any means. I mean, he was okay. He was fine, but the chemistry was good. But Johnson definitely was head and shoulders above him overall. So.
Yeah, and I mean, you said Statham, I think it just hasn't been given those roles, But okay, if there's one role that these actors have played, is one role that these actors have played that you'd be like, I wish I could play that part. What would it be? Either Statham or The Rock. What role?
I don't know a lot of what Statham's done. Can you name some other films he's been in?
Homefront, Snatch. I think he was in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
That's right.
The Bank Job. I mean,
and I haven't seen most of those movies, so I can't really speak to him. But I really liked Johnson in Ballers. I think that's just a really cool role.
That is a cool role. Yeah.
To have that tumultuous transition in your life, to go through it, and then to see and have to develop into a new way of living, and and all the personal relationships that were involved was kind of cool. So I think that would be neat.
All right. Have you seen much of The Rock?
Yeah, so
you'd make a great Rock replacement.
Yes, I absolutely could see that.
Definitely the comment. What was the one he did with the comedian?
With Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Something like that.
He's not doing well, by the way.
Yeah.
A film like that, definitely, I would love to do. A comedy, like full force like that, but yet you still have like your funny parts, and especially like someone like changing, like evolving. He was like bullied, and then all of a sudden now he's able to come back and be.
That's a good buddy film, actually, too. That was a kind of a surprisingly.
I haven't seen that yet.
Pardon me.
I've been a huge Rock fan actually since Scorpion King, which I thought was a terrible movie, but I love The Rock.
Yes, he's definitely got charisma in that.
Yes, but I really like that. What's the new movie that just came out about the board game?
Jumanji.
Jumanji. I really liked him in Jumanji. But I mean, honestly, how can you top kicking a megalodon? I don't think you can top.
That's Jason Statham kicking a megalodon.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Here, I'm torn.
I really liked The Rock in Walking Tall, I love that. I love that type of.
Was he in The Rundown?
He was in The Rundown too. The
That
Rock.
was fun.
That was a really fun.
That was a fun movie.
So yeah, it is interesting when you look into like that's how I like to look at like what type of role would like would I take that part, you know? So what would be the ultimate role, Priscilla? The ultimate top of the line. Doesn't matter who played it at one point in time. If you could have played this role,
anybody's.
Anybody, any role, anytime, anywhere.
Oh my God. So, but I would actually say
Curly Top, right? Like one of the Shirley Temple films. Sorry, the tap dancing thing got me. Never mind.
So it would either be Gone with the Wind.
Ooh.
And I can't think of the actress's name right now.
Vivian
She's
Leigh?
like what? Which
Vivian
one?
Leigh.
Vivian Leigh, yes. Or if we're speaking of something more current, I would say actually, when I was talking about this with somebody, or Kate Winslet in Titanic, just because she was just, to me, like in the film, she was so beautiful, and being able to play a part of history in a film.
Mitch
I
40.
just came up with a new one.
Even though
actually.
like that, even though that love story on there is false, but just
it's
the history of
emblematic,
Titanic.
Mitch 40. If you say Kate Winslet, I'm going to throw something at you.
It's going to sound really strange, but Tom Hanks in Castaway.
That's a
That's a good role.
And one of the biggest reasons is because there's very little dialogue.
Yeah.
I remember. I just have to remember like, Wilson, and I'm good.
Yeah.
There you
And
go.
you don't have to
I actually
shave.
love
You
that
don't have to,
movie.
like,
Cool, a quick funny story. I was I worked for Best Buy, and at one point in time, during the interview, they asked me what movie I would take to a desert island, or if I was, and I said Castaway, and I think it's because I just watched it like the night before, and I was so impressed with it. But
It'd be a depressing film to take to an island with you.
Yeah, we
Be
kind of
like
would.
looking in a mirror. Anyways, alrighty, you have one role, and then we got to cut the show. I just feel it's running out of time.
There's a lot of roles I'd like to play, but if there's like one ultimate role where like I really want this shot,
Yeah.
there was a part in Expendables where Mel Gibson was just walking up the stairs. He's the bad guy with two goons behind him, and he's absolutely terrifying. All he's doing is walking upstairs, and I thought, dag nabbit, I really want to play a bad guy in a big movie. Like, I want to be like Khan for women. Like,
I can be evil and malicious too.
I can see
and
that.
if I could have a cape, I want a cape.
I would want
I could see that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I guess one of the ultimate roles I would like to play is I would love to play another Mel Gibson role, Porter from Payback.
Oh,
yes.
That's a fun role.
Or maybe I have.
It's a fun and dark movie, Yeah, that's that to me. Yeah, you ought to check out that. Anyways, we're out of time, and I don't know what camera to look at. I'm so yes, yeah. Burn down the church, Captain. All right, I am so confused right now. Anyways, I apologize for this show seeming as messed up as my head is right now. But anyways, Priscilla, it was great having you on the show. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you so much again for inviting me on. I had a great time.
All right, well, and good luck with your career. I'd love to have you back on the show. Maybe I'll see you on the Peter White Show at some point in time. So
Definitely.
All right, Mitch Fortier, you're still here. KJ, well, haven't got ready yet.
Trying to get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm trying for 45 minutes.
It's the Early Late Night Live Show on every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. Exeter Channel 98. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you guys next week. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Hey, you made it. Thank you for watching our show, and be sure to join us next week at 7 p.m. on our YouTube channel, the Early Late Night Live Show in Exeter Channel 98.
And if you have any questions or want to be a guest on the show, you can email killarneyt@gmail.com. There might be a link or some info somewhere around here.
Somewhere around here.
Below. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube. You won't regret it.
We
They
hope.
won't regret it.
The
Yeah.
Terry Trainer Show. There's some things